So we now come to our final task, the formal adoption of the report of decisions. We will go through the report, which has been prepared on time. Allow me to congratulate the reporter and the Secretariat for that achievement. The report is divided in two parts, which you have in front of you. Before I give the floor to our reporter, allow me to recall that the decisions included in the report have already been adopted by the committee, and therefore the task we have before us is essentially additional one, and we will not reopen the debate on the content of the decision. We will not open the debate. I would like to invite our reporter, Ms. Anna Zijanar, to briefly explain the process of preparation of the report and give you additional guideline for you to consider as you review it. You have the floor, Mrs. Anne.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. And first and foremost, I wish to thank the members of the committee for having appointed me last November rapporteur of this 42nd session of the committee. I would also like to express my most sincere gratitude for your trust and confidence, which helped me enormously while undertaking this task that came with many responsibilities. Let me also express my immense pleasure to be here in Manama. I am deeply grateful to the Bahraini authorities and especially to the chairperson and her team for introducing me to this wonderful country and for generously hosting our meetings. Bahrain, with its truly astonishing richness of history, art, and culture, set a perfect backdrop to the meeting of the World Heritage Committee. If you'll allow me, I would also like to express my admiration to our chairperson, Sheikha Haya Al-Khalifa, for her dedication, stamina, fairness, patience, and above all wisdom with which she has guided us throughout this session. I feel very privileged that I could work so closely with her. I have learned very much during this experience, and for this I will always be grateful. I also wish to thank the advisory bodies and the observers and representatives of civil society, especially the most dedicated ones who are still present with us here today. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the Secretariat for their immense support during this meeting. This tough job of rapporteur would not be possible at all without the extraordinary team sitting behind me, the Secretariat staff under the leadership of Dr. Rössler. And here I would like to say a special thanks to Luba, Richard, Olivia, and Jean-Marc, who have worked until very late hours to get the documents ready for you. I feel very, very grateful and very honored to have worked with them so closely. And I would also like to wish Petya Tocharova for all the support she has shown me before and during the session. And I would also just like to take a moment to acknowledge and thank our interpreters who have also worked very hard during this session. As to the preparation of the report, there is a very efficient system in place that was developed by the Secretariat and the committee, whereas I collected electronically and manually proposed amendments and integrated them in the draft decision that you could see on the screens. We have received many, many amendments, 112 by email to be exact. And I believe that for the first time, these amendments received electronically were uploaded publicly on the committee's website for ease of use, and they were also translated. It is my hope that this useful practice that enhances the transparency and efficiency of our work shall continue in the future. I also wish to thank again the delegations for sending in substantial amendments beforehand so that everyone could study them. And while it is preferred that we receive these in advance, in no way does this prejudge the committee's prerogative to propose amendments from the floor during our debates, as it has happened several times during this session. As you will note by the sheer size of the reports, we have accomplished enormous work, as the committee had deliberated in total 225 decisions which is actually 10 less than last year in Krakow, although it certainly doesn't feel like it. Part 1 of the report contains all the state of conservation reports that were examined. In total, the committee examined 157 state of conservation reports, but only 39 were open for discussion. The committee kept 55 properties on the World Heritage List in danger because while it had placed 1 new property on it, the committee had also removed 1 from it. We have inscribed 19 new properties on the list, 13 cultural, 3 natural, and 3 mixed, and approved 1 major boundary modification. As such, following intensive and fruitful debates, the World Heritage List now has a total of 1,092 properties, of which 845 are cultural, 209 are natural, and 38 are mixed properties. For the preparation of this report, twice a day and the end of each session, all decisions taken were registered and then were double and sometimes triple checked with the World Heritage Center. In preparing this text, particular attention had been paid to stylistic changes, clarification of specific points, material errors, the renumbering of paragraphs, and minor spelling mistakes. In the process, some duplication had been noted and corrected to make the text more comprehensible, as the highest linguistic quality is essential for the text of our decisions. Every effort has been made to remain 100% faithful to the deliberations of the committee. Mistakes, however, are always possible, and I welcome any clarification about possible ambiguities. But as the chairperson has said during her introduction, this is not the moment to reopen the question of substance. I thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. I would now ask whether, in order to be as efficient as possible, the committee members could indicate to us where they have identified factual or editorial errors which should be corrected so that we can deal with it, with this error. Please note also that formatting issues will be fixed as a later stage by the Secretariat during the finalization of the report. I would like to suggest adoption of the report of decision part by part. So we'll go to the part 1. I would like to be sure that you have all had the chance to review the first part of the report, starting from decision 42.2 to 40, decision 42.2 to 42.7p 101 7b 101. Ecomos, please, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. To assist the committee, we would just like to point out that with respect to decision 42.7a4, the resolution about the historic centre of Chakrasabs, there appears to be a small error in paragraph 8. At the end of that paragraph, there is a reference to paragraph 17, but in fact, because of changes that occurred during the redrafting, that should clearly be a reference to paragraph 18. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. IUCN, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Also, to assist the committee in decision 42.7a 51, a small editorial error in paragraph 12, which currently reads, also decides to maintain Virunga National Park on list of World Heritage in danger. Maintain should be retain, as per the standard language in other decisions of that kind. And in decision 42,7b.72, in paragraph 5, it reads, notes that the amendments to the current management plan, which now do not prohibit, and so on, notes that or which, it should be either that or which and not both. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much for this clarification. Do you have any other comments? Can see something? No. The first part of the report of decisions is therefore adopted. Now, part 2, we now pass to the part 2 of our report, which indicate decisions 42,8 to 42,17. Is there any objection or suggestion or comments? No. Ecomos, please.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chairperson. The comment is on 8b.21, which relates to the inscription of the Sassanid archaeological landscape of Fars region in the Islamic Republic of Iran. There were two different sets of amendments when we discussed the decision, one proposed by Australia and one by Spain, China, Azerbaijan, Burkina Faso, Cuba, and Kyrgyzstan. And it was the intention of the committee at the time to merge the two statements, the two amendments, into a shared one. And it seems that the recommendation of the amendment proposed by Spain, China, Azerbaijan, Burkina Faso, Cuba, and Kyrgyzstan to send another mission of the advisory body to assist the state party to address the aspects mentioned in the decision was not documented in the record of decisions. And Ecomos recalls that this advisory mission was explicitly requested. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this clarification. Is there any other comments? Yeah. So part 2 of the report of the decisions is therefore adopted. I now propose that we adopt the report of decisions as a whole. Are there any objections? The decisions as all? No. It is so adopted. Item 18 now is closed. Dear colleague, we now come to an end of our work, but before that, let me say some words. These past 10 days have been a great success. Thank you all for your work and for your hard work and for your dedication. I would like to thank Mrs. Mctel Rosler and Mr. Ernesto Ramirez and the entire UNESCO World Heritage Center Secretariat for their assistance and professionalism. I wish also to express my gratitude to the advisory bodies for providing us with their expertise and comprehensive evaluation. I also wish to acknowledge the hard work undertaken by the estimate member of the committee. The quality of your participation and thorough intervention are greatly appreciated. We must also thank the translator for their interpretation during the meetings and the events, and thank those responsible for the organization of this international and honorable event. On behalf of the entire committee, I wish to thank Her Excellency Sheikha May bint Mohammed Al Khalifa and her team, without whom none of this would have been possible. As we come to the end of the 42nd session of the World Heritage Committee, let us take a moment to reflect upon the accomplishment and lessons we learned during our time together. We must work to build a trust and to establish a precedent of mutual cooperation, one that ensures that all decisions made are kept within the regulatory boundaries of the World Heritage Convention. Only then can we ensure that the goals of the Convention are achieved. It is through its implementation that can we ensure that our heritage is preserved and maintained for future generations to come. It has been an honor being your chairperson, and it is my wish that the following session continue to drive the spirit of World Heritage Convention. Thank you very much. I give the floor to Mrs. Rosler.
Shukran Saida Raisas, dear Chairperson, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure for me to say a few words on the closing of this World Heritage Committee session here in Bahrain. First and foremost, I would like to thank you, Madam Chair, dear Sheikha Haya, for your wise guidance throughout the session and for keeping us to our rules and the operational guidelines. We are very grateful to your country, the Kingdom of Bahrain, for providing such excellent facilities and for your warm welcome and hospitality, and especially for last night where you brought us all together on the dance floor. I would like to thank all the committee members for their substantive contributions to the debates and for all the decisions taken, which were not always easy to achieve, especially in terms of consensus. We are also much appreciating the work of our rapporteur, who had not an easy job, but did it so brilliantly. Many thanks go also to all the State Party observers for their continued interest and commitment, and to all the other observers in the room, whether NGOs, universities and others, especially civil society representatives and indigenous peoples. Their interventions were very enriching for the debates and the dialogue much welcome. Many thanks also go to our dear advisory bodies, IUCN, ICOMOS and ICROM, for their continued collaboration. But also let me thank my own team at the World Heritage Center, the Policy and Statutory Meeting Unit headed by Mrs. Tocharova, and the efficient team of PSM. They managed very well together with the host country team. My thanks also go to the regional teams, the chiefs of the regional units from Africa, Arab states, Asia Pacific, Latin America and the Caribbean, Europe and North America, our nature team, as well as the PCM unit providing logistical support. Special thanks go to the people behind the screens for supporting our rapporteur, as you have heard, and helping with the processing of the decisions and texts, including for 2 working groups. I also wish to thank the interpreters who help us to dialogue and all other staff, including our camera team and the room clerks. Special thanks go to our legal advisor who tried to keep us focused on procedures. Very many thanks to my dear Deputy Director, Mr. Elundu, who was not always here, but he kept my back free, and we are really a great team. I couldn't do without him. Also, special thanks to our ADG for Culture, Mr. Ernesto Ottone, who arrived in April and attended his very first committee meeting here. I think he was truly impressed, as well as to his team. I would also like to thank you all for all those of you who have contributed to our A Night for Virunga event, which collected more than $10,000, $10,540 to be exact, both online crowdfunding plus tickets to listen to the great band. Thank you very much for all your collaboration, your trust in me and my team, and your invaluable contributions. The excellent presiding by you, Madam Sheikha Haya, at this 42nd session of the committee, the very warm welcome of all the people here in Bahrain, and the efficiency of your team, including from ArcWH with Sheikha May and her team, will long be remembered. Before I wish you safe travels, I have something to give to you, because I'm sure you now want to visit all the new World Heritage sites, and here you have an atlas with all the World Heritage sites. This is for you. Safe travels to all of you.
Thank you very much, Martel. And it's a great work. We need time to see it. Thank you very much. Before we close, I give the floor to the Kingdom of Bahrain, please.
صباح الخير. في يوم الختام لابد أن أجدد الشكر.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. On this closing day of our meeting, I would like to thank the entire team and Sheikha Haya for chairing this committee so masterfully, so kindly, while ensuring that we will follow the rules and procedures. This has been a wonderful opportunity to welcome you all, and we would like to thank the entire UNESCO team. We would like to thank all those who have worked with us over the past 10 days. And I will not read you out name by name, but you are all in my heart and the heart of all Bahraini. Thank you all. Thanks to the host state team here in Bahrain that has done its utmost to ensure that we give greater visibility to Bahrain and its civilization. It has been an honor for us to welcome the world here in Bahrain. We have taken historical decisions here, and this has been a wonderful and exceptional meeting. Thank you all.
شكرا شيخة مي وشكر مرة ثانية لمن
Thank you very much to the Kingdom of Bahrain for its exceptional welcome, which has ensured that our session was a great success. Thank you again.
Kuwait, please. Thank you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I cannot leave the kingdom without showing our appreciation to the people of the kingdom, to the government, to the organization of this amazing, fantastic gathering. I would like to thank everyone in the first row, second row, and the third row, and the people behind the scene is working hardly day and night. They are the true soldiers. They are the one made this event fabulous from the technical point of view, from the social, from the friendship. And that's what the Kingdom of Bahrain is all about, is bringing people together throughout the years. I would like to also thank the advisory board, all their technical input for the amazing job and their openness and their amazing positive dialogues, even after the session. At least my experience at the State of Kuwait, we have, it's constructive. We had amazing roadmap to move forward. I would like also to thank especially all the delegation that we had a disagreement with them. And I think it was a positive disagreement, it was constructive, it was based on our understanding of this agenda, based on the understanding of the documents that's been given. I would like to also to the members who agreed with our points based on our discussion and our evaluation. Lastly, I would like to thank my team who are amazing, who gave me all the technical support that I'm confident to express to my colleagues. Finally, all the thanks to the Kingdom of Bahrain, to its people, and to my dear, our amazing Sheikh Haya. كل الشكر لك من القلب إلى القلب من القلب إلى القلب.
Thank you very much, Sheikh Haya. Thank you to all the people of Bahrain. Thank you all. Thank you, Kuwait. Thank you. I give the floor to Tunisia. You have the floor. Tunisia would like to congratulate and thank the Kingdom of Bahrain for the excellent organization of this session and for the wonderful success it has ensured for our work. Tunisia would like also to thank and congratulate you, Madam Chairperson, for your extreme kindness and wisdom, for your great patience in leading our deliberations. Tunisia would also like to congratulate and thank all those that have made wonderful efforts, particularly the Secretariat of the World Heritage Center and also the advisory bodies which unfortunately are sometimes criticized in an unjustified and undeserved manner. So Tunisia would like to express its full support for these bodies and to welcome and thank them for their efforts. And Tunisia expresses its full wishes for success for the 43rd session next year in Baku, Azerbaijan. Thank you.
And now the floor to China, please. China.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. On behalf of the Chinese delegation, I wish to thank you for the leadership and effective guidance you have provided in the steering the 42nd session of the WHC to successfully achieving all its goals and agenda. I am confident that the 42nd session of the World Heritage Committee will have long-lasting contribution to raising the visibility of the World Heritage Committee and endeavors of World Heritage conservation in the state parties. I would also like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to the government of the Kingdom of Bahrain for the generous hospitality in hosting this session. As a committed state party to the 1972 Convention, China assures you its continuation to further attribute its contribution through sharing expertise with countries or regions underrepresented in preparing nomination files, supporting the World Heritage Center in improving the geographical distribution of sites on the World Heritage List, encouraging effective implementation of the community's decisions, and through exploring mechanisms to make the World Heritage Fund more responsive to needs of state parties. Once again, China would like to extend its sincere gratitude for your excellent guidance and leadership in successfully chairing this session, and also thank Dr. Mathilde Rosler and her team for their marvelous work, and to all the committee members for their collaboration and solidarity demonstrated during the whole session. China expects to meet you all again next year in Baku. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And now the floor is for Cuba. Please, Cuba, you have the
Gracias.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. My delegation would like to join our colleagues in thanking the Kingdom of Bahrain for its very warm welcome and for the great hospitality that it has extended to us. Also, our thanks to the World Heritage Center for the work that is done, and we know how much work is involved in preparing such a complex session. We'd also like to thank the advisory bodies for their understanding during our criticisms sometimes, which also contributes to our work and to improving our work. And also like to thank all the other states, parties and delegations in this meeting. Cooperation has always won the day. Despite our differences, our diverging points of view, we have always attempted to find a consensus solution. So thanks also to you for your leadership, for your flexibility, and for leading us to this wonderful success. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now I give the floor to Zimbabwe, please. Zimbabwe.
Thank you, Chair. Zimbabwe would like to take this opportunity to thank our host country, Bahrain, for their warm welcome, friendly hospitality. I will forever cherish our stay in this country. I would also want to thank the World Heritage Center for your support and guidance during this grueling 10 days that we have been here in Bahrain. Thank you very much. On my own behalf, I have learned a lot. I would also want to extend our gratitude to the advisory bodies for their guidance and support before, during, and I'm sure after this particular session. I also want to thank the Africa Group for the support, the sharing of experiences, the camaraderie that has been there amongst the African member states. Thank you very much, Group Africa. I also want to extend our appreciation and thanks to all the delegates that have been here in Bahrain. Let's continue working together in the preservation of our heritage worldwide. Last but not least, I would like to say thank you very much to our chair, to our rapporteur. It must not have been an easy task sitting there where people have been criticizing. You have taken it very well. I salute you, madam. I salute you, rapporteur. Thank you very much. Bon voyage, everyone, to wherever you are going. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now I give the floor to Angola, please. Angola.
Merci, Madame.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. As the previous speakers, my delegation would like to express its deepest thanks to the Kingdom of Bahrain for hosting the 42nd session of the World Heritage Committee. We would like to thank you for your hospitality and everything that you have made available to us to ensure that we could achieve this excellent result, a great success for this 42nd session. Our delegation would also like to congratulate you, Madam Chairperson, for all the work you have done in leading our work and your wisdom in assisting us to achieve consensus and take decisions that will ensure the implementation of our convention. Our delegation would also like to thank the World Heritage Center, as well as the advisory bodies, the states parties to the convention, and in particular the members of the committee for all the work that we have achieved together. We have learned a lot during these past 10 days. There have been many exchanges, sometimes confrontations, but I believe that our work at this 42nd session has taken place in a spirit of open dialogue, first and foremost. And this has assisted us in our work and enabled us to move forward and to achieve this results that we are proud of today. Finally, I would also like to thank the rapporteur and congratulate her for her work. I am certain that it has not been an easy task. She has also been of great assistance in making suggestions to help us achieve consensus. So many thanks to all for the work accomplished. We believe that the convention will continue to move forward and to help all of our states to work together for the development of world heritage throughout the planet and in each of our countries. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now I give the floor to Australia, please, Australia.
Thank you, Your Excellency Shikahaya. Firstly, may we congratulate you on your excellent stewardship of this meeting. We deeply appreciate the way you have guided us throughout this session. We would like to express our deep thanks to the Kingdom of Bahrain for its hospitality and generosity in hosting this meeting. For me personally, it's been my first visit to the Middle East outside of an airport, and I must say that I am personally enriched for that experience, and I will always be deeply grateful for having had this opportunity. We would like to thank the Secretariat, the interpreters and all of the other staff who work behind the scenes. They are the unsung heroes of this meeting, and without all of their efforts we would not achieve what we achieve. We would like to extend our special thanks to the rapporteur and to say simply that we look forward to you returning to this side of the podium next year. We would like to thank the advisory bodies and express our continuing gratitude and admiration for the huge amount of work they do to help us make this a wonderful convention and to keep us on the course of good decision making, always focused on upholding outstanding universal value. Here in Manama, we have had many important discussions with all of us focused on affirming the World Heritage Convention as one of the iconic treaties of the UN system, upholding UNESCO's mission of building peace, sustainable development and intercultural dialogue. We on the Australian delegation have benefited greatly as a team and individually through the exchanges we've had over these past 10 days. We depart Manama optimistic about the future and confident that here at this meeting we've laid the foundation for a productive dialogue across many important issues at Baku and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now I give the floor to Norway.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Norway would like to thank the Bahrain authorities for hosting this meeting, as well as the wise leadership of Sheikh Yahya Al Khalifa. We would also like to thank the rapporteur, the secretariat, advisory bodies, and the interpreters, as well as the rest of the staff. A special thanks to our committee colleagues, observers, state parties and NGOs who made this a common effort for the best of the World Heritage Convention. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now the floor is for Brazil.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. In my personal capacity, as well as on behalf of the whole Brazilian delegation, I would like to express our most sincere gratitude for the kind hospitality of the Bahrainian people, and I would also like to congratulate the government of Bahrain for the impeccable organization of this 47th session of the World Heritage Committee. Since the very first moment, we felt home. This is the feeling. We felt in family, welcomed by all the Bahrainian people, and very especially because of the friendship touch you could give to this meeting. We had very intense and challenging days of work, but I think the result was extraordinary. The result was that we managed to foster the protection and promotion of World Heritage. Your leadership, Madam Chair, was essential for the great success of this session of committee. This is the first time I participate in a meeting of the World Heritage Committee, and I think I was privileged to learn with you, and I'm very grateful, Sheikh Yahya, for this opportunity. I would like to also say a word about the dedication of all the committee members. We were really moved by their work, dedication, And I would like to say a very special word to Mrs. Rossler, who also gave us lessons every day, and we are grateful for that, to you for that. The same goes to Mrs. Tocharova, to our very efficient rapporteur. You have a very difficult job, and we all appreciated very much your competent work. To Mr. Lazare Mundou, with whom I had the opportunity of working on a very special mission, and I'm grateful to you. And to all those behind the scenes that contributed greatly to the success of this meeting. I myself feel privileged to have worked and shared beautiful moments with you, Madam Chairperson, and with Sheikh Amai Al Khalifa. It was a privilege, really. I would like to thank you and all your team, Madam Chair, Sheikh Amai, for those memory days in Bahrain. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much. And now the floor is for Azerbaijan, please. Azerbaijan.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. We would also like to extend our appreciation and thank our host country, Kingdom of Bahrain, for great hospitality. Also, we want to thank you, especially Madam Chair, for successful chairmanship, and also all UNESCO Secretariat and our rapporteur for excellent work. Also, we thank all committee members and advisory bodies for cooperation and constructive dialogue. And finally, we are looking forward to welcome you all next year in Azerbaijan. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. And now the floor is Burkina Faso. Burkina.
Merci, Madame.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. Burkina Faso would like to thank the Kingdom of Bahrain for its hospitality and for hosting this 42nd session. We would also like to thank UNESCO as a whole, and more specifically the World Heritage Center and the advisory bodies for creating the perfect conditions within this session to discuss the present and future of our convention, and insisting on priority Africa, giving the opportunity to developing countries to implement sustainable development strategies. We would also like to thank all of the delegations for the open collaboration. Any experience, positive or negative, can be a source of learning if we take it as such. So we would in particular also like to thank the chair for her wonderful leadership of our session and achieving this wonderful result. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now the floor is for Hungary. Hungary, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The 42nd meeting of the World Heritage Committee was a big success for all participants. A new important milestone has been erected here in Bahrain, celebrating the conception and general acknowledgement of the spirit of the World Heritage Movement. Many, many thanks to the World Heritage Center, to the excellent Hungarian rapporteur of the meeting for their efficient and sorrowful work done for enhancing our common goals, but first of all, the Kingdom of Bahrain for the hosting of the meeting and for the elegant and generous organization of the meeting. And first of all, the chairperson, Madam Sheikha Haya Rashid Al Khalifa, in the name of the Hungarian delegation, for her very, very appreciated work done for all of us for the successful of the meeting. In the name of the Hungarian delegation, after a long time again, member of the World Heritage Committee. Of course, our congratulations go to all advisory bodies and the organization teams and all the others and the committee members who participated in this success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bosnia, you have the floor. Bosnia.
Merci, Madame la Présidente.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. We would like to express our deepest respect for the fundamental values of UNESCO and the spirit of the United Nations. Through the activities carried out here as members of the committee, this was our first participation as members of the committee. We'd also like to thank the Kingdom of Bahrain for its hospitality and extend our thanks to all those that have made this conference possible. This conference has been a major success. Bosnia-Herzegovina will continue, of course, to follow the spirit of UNESCO and the UN and continue to contribute in the future of our important work. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Kyrgyzstan, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First of all, we would like to join to all the thanks and congratulations to the host country, Kingdom of Bahrain, for the very warmest welcome and for professional team of organizers and for your leadership, Madam Sheikha Haya Al Khalifa. Also, we want to congratulate and to thank colleagues from the Secretariat from World Heritage Center. It was honor for us to join for the first time to the team of committee, and this session was for us very important from the point from different points of view. We gained a lot, we learned a lot, and we also want to thank all the organizers and also interpreters and for the professional guidance of advisory bodies and for our rapporteur and legal advisor. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And now, St. Kitts, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First of all, I wish to express our thanks to the Kingdom of Bahrain for hosting this 42nd session of the World Heritage Committee and for their wonderful, wonderful hospitality. To you, Madam Chair, for your astute guidance and leadership during this important meeting. Also to the advisory bodies for the extremely important and extensive detailed work that assisted us in making the decisions which we have achieved. To the World Heritage Center for their support and guidance. And I also want to say a special thanks to those who made it possible for the St. Kitts and Nevis to be represented here at this important meeting. To all the delegations here who have offered their support, their guidance and their assistance, many thanks. And it was indeed an honor to be here for the first time, and it was indeed a great learning experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Spain, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. The delegation of the Kingdom of Spain would like to join the words of thanks to you for your work and for having managed the entire session, to the Kingdom of Bahrain for their warm welcome, to the World Heritage Center and to their technical team for the enormous task that they've been carrying out year long to make it possible for us to take decisions here. To all our colleagues, other members of the committee, for the very fruitful dialogue that has characterized this session, to the observer states, the advisory bodies, and the NGOs. Thanks to the efforts of all, we have achieved a successful dialogue in order to work for the World Heritage Convention, and we hope that the dialogue will pervade the coming sessions as well. We'd like to congratulate the government of Azerbaijan, and we hope they continue along the same lines in next year's committee meeting.
Thank you very much. Now, Tanzania, you have the floor.
Madam Chair, the United Republic of Tanzania want to join other distinguished delegation to thank you, Sheikh Haya, for a successful and guidance, for your leadership and guidance during all 10 days of 42nd session. Tanzania delegation thanks the Kingdom of Bahrain for a warm welcome and congratulate the Kingdom for successful organization of 42nd session of the committee. Tanzania thanks secretariats and advisory body for their work to assist the committee in their responsibility. It also thanks the distinguished committee member for their cooperation and dedication to keep the spirit of the convention. Tanzania delegation joined other committee members to congratulate the rapporteur for her successful accomplishment of her difficult responsibility. Madam Chair, Tanzania delegation wish all delegation a safe journey back home. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, Uganda, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The 42nd session of the World Heritage Committee has been a fruitful and amazing time for my delegation, attending it for the first time, and we thank you for your generosity in organizing the conference. To all varied persons who participated in organizing the conference, we are indeed grateful. The Secretariat, the rapporteur, the interpreters, security agencies, the hotels, the transporters, we are most appreciative. Many thanks for a fabulous conference and closing dinner. The summit has been a great success in all possible respects. Madam Chair, bringing together people from different sides of culture, heritage, and multilingualism is not easy. Such a conference involves enormous amounts of time and energy. You must have been working so hard lately for everything to fall into place as it has. You deserve now a well-earned rest. It was a perfect mix of global heritage interests, people and social gathering, in my opinion, paid off volumes. Once again, Madam Chair, I congratulate you on organizing such a successful World Heritage Committee session and in this wonderful city of Manama. As I conclude my brief remarks, we too look forward to seeing all of you who will still be on the committee come the 44th session of the World Heritage Committee in Uganda. I thank you.
Thank you very much. And now, Guatemala.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. On behalf of Guatemala, I'd like to thank the Kingdom of Bahrain for organizing this 42nd session and the whole team of the World Heritage Center, which once again has shown its great competence in pursuing the decisions of the committee. I'd like to thank all of those, particularly those who have made this fantastic meeting a reality, particularly those people who work magic behind the scenes to make this meeting an effective one. I don't want to read through the long list, but the other members of the committee have done that very well, but we certainly support everything they said. For Guatemala, the government of Bahrain will always remain in the annals of heritage. This is the place where Guatemala participated for the first time in this important forum. We would like to thank all of the different bodies involved in enforcing the convention. And we'd like to thank all the members of the committee who are willing to debate,
discuss, express different points of view, different opinions, but who are always committed to finding common points for the benefit of world heritage, which is what has brought us together to the Kingdom of Bahrain. In the practices of Maya spirituality, we greet, thank the four corners of the earth, the sky, and the earth for these opportunities. We'd like our message to go out to the four corners of the earth, thanks to the delegations that have come together. Then thank you for this fantastic meeting.
Thank you very much. Indonesia, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. Indonesian delegations would like to extend our utmost gratitude and appreciation, first and foremost, to our distinguished chairperson for her excellent leadership throughout this tedious yet fruitful session, and also to the Kingdom of Bahrain for being an excellent and hospitable host. We would also like to thank the Secretariat, Madam Mechthild Rosler, as Director of World Heritage Center, advisory bodies for the recommendations, as well as our rapporteur for her excellent capability in dealing with very tedious and also tremendous tasks, and also the interpreters and other team members behind the scene. The 42nd session of the World Heritage Committee has been a very productive one, despite the heavy loads of agenda we were required to undertake. In this regard, we would like to congratulate all members of the committee for the excellent work in concluding the work on time. We would also like to take the opportunity to congratulate our next host, and we are looking forward to the next committee meeting in Azerbaijan in 2019, which will also be concluding our mandate in World Heritage Committee for the period of 2015-2019. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ikram, you have the floor. Ikram.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I make this intervention on behalf of all three advisory bodies, ICRAM, ICOMOS, and IUCN. We would first like to take this opportunity to thank you, Madam Chair, for your excellent management of this meeting. We also thank the rapporteur for the hard work in ensuring the successful work on the decisions and on the final report. I have often said that being the chair and the rapporteur of this committee are the hardest jobs at UNESCO, and both of you have carried out these duties in impeccable fashion, and we thank both of you very much for the hard work that you have undertaken in that regard. We would also like to thank the Secretariat through the new ADG for Culture and through my good friend Mechthild Rosler and my brother Lazar Elundu. They oversee a dedicated staff who always make sure that the wheels keep turning on these meetings, and I'm always amazed at the amount of work that they are able to carry out at committee meetings in such an efficient manner. I would also like to give a special thanks to Sheikh Hameh Al Khalifa and the whole organizing team in Bahrain. I have had the pleasure of coming to Bahrain for many years now for various activities, and these activities are always well organized, really in the best way possible. But if it is possible, this meeting exceeded all expectations. And this is especially notable given the short time that Bahrain had to carry out all of the organizational activities in order to carry out this meeting. Finally, we would like to thank all of the committee members. You have given us a very difficult but clear task of providing the best scientific and professional advice possible. We take that job very seriously and promise to continue to provide continue to provide this advice as long as we are called on to do so. We look forward to continuing and enhancing dialogue with all states parties to the convention and with you, the members of the committee, into the future. And finally, of course, we look forward to working with all of you over the next year towards the successful implementation of the 43rd session of this committee, which will take place in Azerbaijan next year. And we thank the Azerbaijanis, and we also thank Australia, which will be the rapporteur. In advance, we thank them for the work that will be carried out at the 43rd session. Thank you very much again, Madam Chair, for giving the advisory bodies the floor.
Thank you very much. And now I wish you all a safe trip to your country. And I now declare the 42nd session closed.